So, hi and good morning, everybody. I'm about to take a shower and make myself fresh for the new month. And I thought about, like I said yesterday in the record talk, I talked about my new guitar I found on the street. And it was really, I don't believe in coincidence in that classic way. So I did a song like 2018 that's called tabloid 4 EM, and the fun about it is I found the guitar exactly at 4 p.m. and then I walked around the block, like the street around, because I thought, oh, I can take it somebody else. I already have a guitar here. So but then I decided, oh, it's nice. It's because you really must have a little craze to even think about playing with this thing. And I just want to do a quick demonstration before I go and into the city for sitting down at one of my favorite places, and maybe I get a stamp, and like not a stamp like this, but just because I have it here, it's a receipt, and I think it's so cozy how they do. They put a stamp on it for the tags. I never saw this before, only at this place, and they have delicious things also, August and also previous year times this year. I checked out a lot of new places to get D-Rocks, and I have to say that as it looks, they have a beautiful falafel and all this fresh sweet stuff. So now let's come to the guitar. So I passed it and went around the block, and then like at 19 minutes after 4 p.m. New York time, I'm counting New York. Normally all my phones are synced to the New York Eastern time, and you understand my voice, hopefully, because after waking up it's always like I screamed the whole night, and for breakfast I need nothing better than water, so I gotta take the water and put a little oil into my voices. Nothing better than. So the guitar, it's an old guitar from I would say it's around the 80s. The original manufacturer is Hondo, Korea. I think it's a business label. I don't know if it's a real manufacturer or if it's just label, and you can see a first glimpse of it. So I passed around, and you can see the label is a little bit torn, like my Moleskine, like the Moleskine from all years in about 2020 was really extreme. So I have here my flashlight, and you can see it's really yeah. But this can be repaired, so maybe you can see it like this. Hold that in some way. Pressure with the mouth. Now you can see. And the number is visible, and it's really smelling out of the sound hole, and like I think it was in a cellar forgotten for 20 years, or it played for 20 years and then dropped away, is damaged 10 years ago, something like this. And what I want to show you also is here this oil, and I put this oil, this is cinnamon oil, I put a few drops of it in there, and by accident on the label, which I shouldn't have done, because now the label is really oily. The texture, it looks good, but I wouldn't have done it if I did it again. I would avoid to put it on the label, because the label now it's even more fucked up. This oil, a few years back, I found it in a second-hand shop, and it's cinnamon. It's tasting really nice, and the thing about cinnamon is not only that I like the song from Prince, because I put a little thing on the finger, and sometimes I put it on the lips, because I like the taste. I taste all cinnamon, and it's burning, but this burning sensation, it's also burning on the tongue if you put too much in there. The thing about it is, I think it has, I don't know why, it just feels to me that it has a really good effect on the lip, on the skin of the lip. I don't know. Maybe we should ask Miss Doctor Specialist. So, headstock, snap, you see, and I managed that I could tune it up a little, and I will demonstrate you something on it, a quick tune or whatever. Let's see. So it's completely yeah. Here also you have the wood, like the crack. We have like somebody shot in there with a gun or what, or maybe a pickup what was stealth earlier. And here also are two holes that got drilled at a point of time. Maybe somebody fixed a strap. Maybe, I don't know. It looks like it's a complete messed up guitar. And this is this up there, it could be an accident, but it really looks like somebody wanted to trash it. There's something with the rims, or like with the back, I should say. Here, binding was like, the binding would be normally like painted black. Hello, Rolling Stones. And at some point of time, the back separated here at this area from the binding, and I think it looks good how they put the tape on there. It looks okay, it looks nice. So, but this definitely has to be repaired, because I checked it and it's still loose. So the only thing that's holding here the gap is the tape. So Hondo classical guitar. I like the fact that it's having a neck that's fat, and it has it has beautiful mahogany. So maybe you can see that. Here somebody taped whatever sticker that has nothing, no real. You see the mahogany, but this is wood figurine. This is not. This is real mahogany figurine. It's real, front and back. So the neck is solid. The other stuff, you know, here of course, as you have with the cheap ones, but this doesn't matter too hardcore. If you look close, you can see here the seam line. Yeah, around it's going like from here, it's going around. So the heel, which is the heel of a guitar, it's called this area. This is the heel, and the heel is getting, because they would have to take like a giant slab of mahogany just for the neck, which would be like this, if you want it from one piece, this including like this and that one piece, you have to take a big chunk of wood. So for the cheap guitars, it's just too expensive to do that. Gibsons and I think Martins, I don't know if Martins have a special a little more special construction, like with the joints and all that, scarf joints, and Gibson has this so-called dovetail gluing in thing, but they have, that's another thing to talk about. They have one-piece necks, so that's also, you see it reflected in the price of those guitars. But I like it when it's one piece, I have to admit, even if every guitar maker would say that's not necessary, and shafted headstocks, like when you have here like the piece for the head, one piece glued on, like mostly in this way or something, to the body, or to the body of the neck, to the neck, because if you have one piece, this is also including the neck, but generally this is the neck and this is the headstock. So too much talk, I'm not awake yet, so I'm more awake than you think, but I just woke up from the sleep. So here we have strings, and we have, I think somebody had previously had steel strings also there, because it's really, if you look closely, you can see how you have the marks from heavier strings cutting into the wood. And also the wood it's a spruce top, it's looking beautiful, but it's a plywood spruce top, so yeah, it's all plywood, the body is plywood, it has spruce, mahogany. It could also be some subspecies of mahogany, but generally it looks like it would be crafted from mahogany. So yeah, and I have my ideas about it. I want to rescue her, and the initial name I thought about, like, oh hi Frederick, that's Frederick. And then after it I thought maybe I could also be Lily, but I think it's Frederick. It's gonna be a nice jazz guitar. I have my ideas about it, because I have thought about what could I do with it, so I need a guitar builder for fulfilling these wishes. I want to have maybe to cut here 2 frets away, like in the piece model EJ, like the piece Gibson G100, the John Lennon model, G160e they call it, but it's generally a G45 with a pickup here. And the first ones had plywood tops, because it was also the first Gibson guitar that was a flat top acoustic guitar that was designed for louder volumes on stage, and like to reduce feedback they tried to put a plywood top to a solid body. So in general it's a G45 that's a little different in construction, and sound is a lot of different, because it's not solid, it's more bright and not as loud, at least the one I had for a short period of time. So I want to have like a P90 or whatever pickup here, maybe cut it away. I want to have it reinforced, this here reinforced from the downside. I want to put on heavy gauge jazz 13s, and that's just the idea, you know. I want to have really steel strings there, pickup there. I want to have like on the J45, J160e, like here a 60 style knob, a knob like put it somewhere here, volume, tone, or just tone would be enough, but volume or just volume or whatever, push pull thing. I do not want to have here something drilled, because I want the cool thing with classical guitars when they're built, you can just put them there and they stand, and I want to have this feature still. So nothing, or a special construction that allows this, but nothing that makes the guitar lose this function. So it would be necessary to drill here another hole for making an input. And if you look at the back, we have big scratches here. It really looks like somebody had a fight with the guitar at some point of time. So yes, has a nice overall vibe to it. I like it because it's history. And the fretboard, it's one of those, it's also heavily played, you can feel that it's having been played a lot, and you dig in. The player digged in with his fingernails, which I do not have fingernails. I would never cause something like this, but the one who played it, or the ones, they definitely did it. And it's the fretboard was originally blackened with a really light, maybe even mahogany, or it looks like mahogany. It looks like there is no fretboard on it. It looks like it's one piece, but it's gotta be this is a question for a guitar builder, but because the grain in there looks like mahogany, but could also be rosewood in some really extreme light form. Anyway, I like how it feels. It's cool. It's okay. Maybe if I would really go hardcore, I would put a thin slab of ebony on there and then put a new frets on it. But this would be costly. So, and we have here broken nut. I really love how this mahogany looks like on the back. Love it. This big, and it has this wood grain seam, I call it. I don't know if this is the correct expression for that, but really in the middle you have those waves, and this is also always a good feature that I like to see. So let's see what I play. Small thing that I have to, I don't even know in which tuning this is now. It's just in a standard intervallic way tuned, and it's down a few notes down. You see? Really have sounding. That's really low. It's almost the bass. What could I do here? I know something. It's by Trilo Guto. I'm gonna tell a little story by a man so sweet to me. A lot of love, a lot of flirting, burning in this heart of fantasy. Now it's come to its glory. I'm bringing from the 70s. Ganapati, a big cherry town. Ganapati, it's all around. Ganapati, it's in the springtime, on the center of our soul, yeah. And the waves of the angels sing. Body up in Cherry Town. Oh, it's all around, yeah. It's in the springtime. I love this song so big time. There's this one part like da da ba ba ba. And they play with two kind of like, I think, a normal bass and another bass area instrument that I don't know which one, maybe some Indian or whatever ethnical instrument that's not so common in the Western world. Yeah, but then there's this part coming. And then oh, da da da. And Trilog has a really nice, like, he's doing percussion the whole song and the intro and all it, but then there is like this yeah, then he's playing more like normal drum rhythm. Also, he mixes it into his part. Let's see if I can do some jazz, and then I really have to go to shower.